Is it possible to run a cartel on Roblox? We are the 7X Cartel. We manufacture and deliver drugs, bribe police and government officials, execute those who oppose us, and most importantly, rock those fits. Before we continue the video, I'd like to mention I do not support any of this type of shenanigans. All of this is simply for entertainment purposes only. But the cartel needs to start somewhere, and we have no funds, so why don't we just ask the big man himself, the president, for a loan?
Yo, Mr. President!
Huh? Who is this? How did you get this number? I'm in the middle of raising my terrace.
That's not important, man. Can you loan me $250 million?
It's for an extremely important science project about baking soda volcanoes.
What the fuck? Why would I loan you $250 million? Do you think I'm stupid? Also, how did you get this number again?
This number is only known by close family members and
If you don't give me this money, Mr. President, I'm going to expose your search history to the Chinese government and send this number to Trix Court.
What? No, please. Anything but Trix Court. Anything but that hellish place.
Fine, you can take all the money you want. Just don't send this to Trix Court.
Oh, thanks, Gramps. Now that we secure the funds, we can begin our operations. Let's purchase some property in New Mexico and south of the border and build some legitimate businesses. Oh yes, behold! The 7X Cartel now has 13 different cooking branches and dozens of illegitimate businesses. We've hired goons and workers to produce the purest of illicit substances and scare off the police and those pesky news reporters and TikTokers trying to dig for information. We're gonna be so fucking rich and we're gonna dominate the country. I also called out my friends, codenamed GP3 and RS83, to help manage the cartel in the background. Let the operations begin. In the alchemy branch, we're trying something new. You're cooking drugs in a liquefied state. Compared to normal ones, these ones only require a handful of ingredients and compounds to create, with lots of room for mistake in between. The normal ingredients? You know, just normal stuff. Like goblin toes, pieces of glowing stone, poisonous mushrooms. You know, nothing too much. Chuck all these bad boys in a cooking flask that the nerds like to call a cauldron, stir it around for a bit, and you get this liquefied goodness. You call it illicit substances? No, this is called pure unfiltered art. It's like watching the Mona Lisa being painted, but it's better. The only unfortunate part is that it's like a gamble. You never know what type of drug you're making next. Like these guys were making literally DNA altering steroids and opioids out of poisonous mushrooms and toes of a goblin while rolling a chemical slot machine to decide what type of drug they produce. That's not necessarily a good thing when these steroids let you shoot fire and rocks out of your ass. Just saying. Due to the nature of these drugs and how overpowered they are, its demands in black market regions have skyrocketed recently, especially in the regions of Detroit and the states of Washington and Virginia. You may be asking, how do we gather the materials to make these? We can't just stroll into a black market operation and ask these guys for goblin toes. They'll laugh at us for years. The answer is murder. Permanently borrowing these materials from these fine and just gentlemen, gentle miners, gentle goblins, and gentle dwarves. Whoa, sir, did I say 10K? Whoa! Unfortunately, due to the lack of output and the low quality of the substances created, the cartel unfortunately closed the branch down and diverted all the workers to other branches. Our workers are still puzzled as to why the alchemy branch closed down, even though it's the most potentially profitable. We fudged the story just a little bit to ensure chaos doesn't ensue among the workers. Just a little. On the flip side, this branch's entire purpose is to create candies laced with substances, since this shit is easier to smuggle across the borders than glowing vials of liquid that let you crap out the 5 elements. In the cook in a lab branch, you are creating candy following a semi-realistic process of candy making. Instead of your traditional ingredients, they are replaced with substitutions. For example, the 7X Cartel codename for cocaine is sugar. The codename for liquefied opioids is corn syrup. The codename for water is still water. To actually make the candy, you add the ingredients into a mixer, transport that mixed product into an evaporator, which is just a massive heater, then divert that product from the heater into a bubble blaster before being exported onto a tray for liquid candy. Now we could just leave it in the liquid state, but what kind of madman would want to drink spiked liquefied candy? Certainly not me, and if there happens to be a person that actually does enjoy this, we will find you. You will cease to exist, dog. So we chuck this into the freezer and then break it before sending it to our delivery goons to be smuggled across the border. Yo! Why is business cut at 70%? After a few months into operation, we had produced a shit ton of product. The higher-ups were happy, the workers were making some good money. However, in the background, we also heard the seniors murmuring that there was a rat among us. So we needed to be careful. What we didn't know was that the rat would strike much sooner than anticipated. Now begins the actual challenging part, smuggling these drugs across the border into the 7X state. Now, we could smuggle stuff across the safe border, crawling with guards and border patrol and risk detection, or we could smuggle drugs across this very sketchy, unstable, and hostile environment of the New Mexico border, but encounter very little guards. Seems like a no-brainer, right? We're crossing the New Mexico border. It's not even fucking close. Let it ride!
Hey bro, watch your jet. Watch your jet, bro. Watch your jet!
Please help me. You're too much raining.
Due to the subsequent increase in vehicle crash reports in the area following a massive spike in drug ingredient purchases, the Border Patrol and FDA caught on, embedding several mines within the road crossing the border, rendering that route useless. The remaining drivers who attempted crossing either died from the dangerous road conditions or were shot at by patrol guards. So, the dangerous route was a fail. Whatever. Hey, sorry for interrupting your video viewing experience, but I would quickly like to plug my channel and my Discord server. Please subscribe and like if you so far enjoyed the video, and make sure to join the 7X State Discord to get updates on future videos and hopefully have a chance to participate in these types of videos. Thank you, back to the video. Hey, Senior, we lost all contact with our guys driving across the Mexico border. We gotta run Plan B.
Alright, for the shit, go ahead, try this. But just get the remaining shit out of the building and into our system before the boss catches wind of the mass product loss. Dumbass.
Since our delivery team traversing across the Mexico border recently retired, the higher-ups decided to try the safer but riskier route of going through the safe border. For now, we are sending a few dozen vehicles across the borders while the rest get smuggled by foot. Typically, we would station guys in the border town to allow for our American agents to smuggle it through without a hitch. The others would directly cross the border themselves. In the first border checkpoint zone, our agents managed to cross the border with no issues. The other checkpoints, however, they had a few hiccups, just a few. Despite the heavy setbacks hitting the 7X Cartel during the smuggling operation, the delivery men still managed to get a decent amount of product across the border. The cartel then distributed that remaining product across various outlets and businesses they had set up previously. For instance, one such business is a pizza store, where the secret code for a laced pizza was medium flatbread, extra sauce, blue cheese with extra grated Parmesan. Needless to say, the pizza franchise was an instant success, but was easily trackable and was shut down within months. Another chain of businesses they opened up were convenience stores. Now here we are in a convenience store in the middle of the great Wisconsin forests, hiring broke-ass high school students to unknowingly sell drugs. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. In Zach's convenience store, you and your connections are running a gas station and convenience store, managing gas pumps, restocking shelves, and cleaning the workspace. Yo, Gladiator. First, okay, listen. Hear me out. We are going to just do it normally, but then once we get the funds,
Then we do blue.
remember, we are broke-ass high schoolers in this, alright? Of course, being the straightforward businessmen we are, we stockpiled the good stuff and filled every shelf to the brim with blue and white. In hindsight, maybe this is how and why the FDA caught on so fast. Because of the cartel's major success in multiple regions across the state, other gangs, mafias, and organized crime groups decided, hey, fuck it, we need to regain control. Kill these bastards! In New York, businesses were attacked by the heads of organized gangs. In the East, large crime groups vandalized and trashed storehouses at other locations owned by the cartel, while the cartel was fighting local police departments over corruption. The final straw was when the FDA and the 7X intelligence units raided and took down most of the other major storehouses and labs, and arresting high-ranking members of the cartel. In other words, it's over.
Oh my god, the labs were compromised, our workers and goons slaughtered or arrested, our product not even bringing in a damn profit, and every single business chain or franchise raided by the FDA, FBI. RS-83 was a double agent and GP3 was assassinated. What the hell is going on? This entire operation is compromised.
Sir, we can always start over. We still have like a couple million left. We could just simply get a loan from the mafia.
That is not enough. I'm becoming a laughingstock in the underworld, and having to rely on the mafia of all things, those guys, those idiots, it means that we're at their disposal again at any given time. I'm not letting that little shit that's in charge keep me in a chokehold again. We need to find a way to get back on our feet.